Kate Comer has her hands full with Charlotte, aged 3, and newborn Mason. Life can be a real juggle while her husband is away at work. But he isn't returning tonight or even this week to their home in Dunkeld in regional Victoria.
Around here there's just a lack of jobs, and well-paying jobs, I suppose. So we just sort of wanted to get ahead and decided to go down this path.
Oh, you're poking your tongue out at him.
A plumber by trade, Jed Comer is working as a mobile plant operator at a mine site in Port Hedland, WA. He works for 2 weeks, then is home for 1. It's his second fly-in, fly-out job after he was laid off in September. But even with almost 2 years' experience, it took many applications, sometimes 30 a week, before he landed this job.
It can be difficult at times, but for us it tends to work quite well because we are working hard, but when he's at home, it's great. We get, one-on-one family time, we have that full block of a week.
Fly-in, fly-out or FIFO workers spend weeks, perhaps even months away from their families, earning good money at mine sites across the country, even overseas. They're crucial to the resources sector, which contributes more than 10% to the nation's GDP. But the resources investment boom has peaked, and WA's economy in particular is undergoing a transition.
As a result, we move from what has become an employees market to an employers market, and the excessive wage demands that we have seen in the past few years have become less commonplace now, and a more moderate rate of wages growth is now certainly evident in the WA economy.
The effects are being felt in rural Victoria, where the Comers have had to make adjustments.
A princess is a wish come true. Believe me, I should know. I've got one of my very own.
Jed Comer's former employer paid his travel costs from the mine site to Melbourne. Now the Comers have to pay themselves to get Jed to Perth.
So we do have that extra cost, and it probably is cutting back on what we're earning a bit more. But in the same respect, compared to what we can earn around here, when we did the figures, it still works out to be better. But it's definitely changing, well and truly.
23-year-old Tim Hornsby from Geraldton wanted to make some easy money, and so in May of last year, with few skills, he headed 1,100 kilometres north. But a few months ago, he returned home.
Just working all the time, working hard, and we'd all come back after work and there'd be no laughing or any happiness really. Everyone was quite down while they were out there.
Support groups like FIFO Families want to see governments address the social issues of isolation and loneliness confronted by workers and their loved ones in the same way defence families are supported for soldiers deployed overseas.
It's not just about the money. It's not that there's this perception that FIFO workers can suck it up because they're on this money. It's about families and it's about human interaction and being able to cope, and that some of these families do need a little bit more support.
Tim Hornsby earned $140,000 a year at Christmas Creek in the Pilbara, but it was a lonely life. A catch cry on site was YOLO, you only live once. He decided to live it back at home. But he worries about some of the colleagues he left behind.
If you're, an older miner, you've sort of got a big, tough exterior and things, but a lot of those dudes are suffering like a form of depression out there, but it's just not being looked into, and there's no one that you can really talk to about it.
While Tim Hornsby won't be returning to the mines anytime soon, he wants to see companies putting more resources into looking after the physical and mental health of those workers who are in it for the long haul.